guys, it's me again. It's like I know that I probably would have done it yesterday, but it's like I had other priorities yesterday, which was essentially like coursework and all that. So yeah, it's like it delayed me watching episode 2 of like The Bad Batch and all that. And yeah, it's like I found it kind of like cute and all that. Like, yeah, it's like I'm on episode 2 now, like with like everyone else and all that. So like, and yeah, it's like I did see like a load of spoilers and all that. It's yeah, so like I'm kind of painting as I do this. And yeah, it's like depending on the like how long I'm filming this for, it's like yeah, it's like I may show it you. It's like, but I kind of doubt it at the moment. And yeah, it's like as promised, getting onto these. It's like I'll probably do them now before I get paint all over me. And yeah, it's like I'm trying new things. There's like Omega and all that. Try new things and all that. Like little chippies. Like tiny little chippies. Yeah. Do kind of does kind of like linger a little bit, and yeah, there's just a little bit of salt on them. And yeah, it's like I had my priorities yesterday, which meant that I didn't watch Clone Wars yesterday. And yeah, it's like just like me trying them now. It's like I was trying something new, like kind of like Omega was. And yeah, it's like never having been off Camino before. Which yeah, it's like I kind of liked how matter of fact like Tech was about. Like just saying that what is this, like when Omega asks like what is this stuff, like it's dirt, that's dirt kind of thing. I'm getting a better, I'll do that one. Yeah, it's like just a little worn, these paint brushes. Yeah, it's like it's like yeah, it's like she is actually like really curious and all that. Like she had been about Clone Force like 99. In the bath. And yeah, it's like always nice seeing like reoccurring characters and all that. And yeah, it's like which Cutler Queen and his family were. As it's like, yeah, it's like kind of nice to see him growing up a little more. As yeah, it's like, and he like kind of like mention of like Rex and all that. As yeah, it's like So like although I kind of like love Rex and all that, like trying to get everything ready for like movie night themselves. This is like a small canvas, as yeah, so like I've got 3 big ones here, like 32" by 40", while this one's like 9" by 12", which is yeah, considerably smaller. As yeah, it's like kind of like yeah, it's like kind of made sense to kind of like not have Rex like this early in. As yeah, it's like trying not to exhaust like everything like too soon. But it's like half the time with me, it's like I kind of see like the trailer for like the next one like before. And it's like although it's like I don't think Rex kind of comes into that, but like Crosshair is going to be coming into it from what I've seen. So yeah, it's like and then yeah, we're getting back to this week's episode, like episode 2. So I'll say this week's episode. Pretty sure we had like 2 this week, as like yeah, May the 4th, and then yeah, yesterday when I was doing like my coursework and all that, like submitting like my coursework and all that. And yeah, it's like as much as I love coursework and all that, it's like education may get you like feels like my education would get me a little further these days. And then we had yeah, it's like as yeah, it's like kind of like would think like yeah, bringing Rex in like this early would be a little too soon and all that. And then yeah, so like, although it's like from the trailer, he's definitely coming. Yeah, it's like it's kind of like nice to see like his adopted kids and all that. Like have grown up a little more from like whatever it was on the back of his head to like proper Leku and all that kind of thing. Top tip if you're going to be with me, don't put food in front of me. Because it's like I'm kind of like one of those that's a little more like, if you put something like snacky in front of me, it's like I will generally just eat it. And yeah, it's like the Bad Batch aren't really as much like fathers as such. They're more like, it's like yeah, it's like yeah, it's like they've kind of been bred to be soldiers and like nothing but soldiers kind of thing, like kind of like dutiful to the Republic or now Empire. And yes, but like, which brings me on to like another point. Yeah, the Empire comes in thick and fast kind of thing. And like yeah, it's like came in thick and fast from like kind of like with Onderon on the 4th of May, like Tuesday and all that. it's like, yeah, so I did trying to get rid of like kind of like, as well as like the Jedi, it's like it kind of seems like they're trying to get rid of like all the senses and like people.
So are you about to jump in quick? We need to decide, girls, what we're watching and where we're sleeping and that, yeah?
So I kind of plan on having like this sleepover thing tonight. So yeah, it's like I swear I need new paintbrushes like half the time. More. Yeah, so like I know it's like I maybe seem to like annoy like ignoring like on occasion. It's like it's just that my head works in like 10 million 10 million miles an hour, and so like sometimes trying to keep up and all. It's just like kind of got well, anyways like as the kind of like playing and all that. It's like yeah, it's like yeah, it's like the ball goes over the fence and yeah, Omega tries to get it and all that. It's like she does get it, but it's like and it's like there's some like the thing is out there. It's like how headed was like kind of like in one ear out the other kind of thing. And it's like kind of not quite so poetic today with my Harry Potter top. Sorry about that. Yes, but like yes, like take note the carnivorous looking thing that's going after Padme in Arena on Geonosis. That's what it is. And yes, but like yeah, it's like if Hunter was ever a proper dad and all that, it's like yeah, he'd probably be like that protect like if he likes a child, like yeah, he'd be that protective father figure. Yeah, it's like he's you can see he's trying to do his best to kind of like protect her, but it's like when it comes to actually being a father and like all that kind of thing, it's like yeah, it's like yeah, probably what could able to take a few lessons out of like cut the Queen's book and all that. It's like yeah. It is, but like yeah, it's like who better than to kind of like help them with being like that father cat type figure and all that than Cut himself, who's albeit to adopted kids and all that. So like yeah, it's like he has gotten like a couple of years of experience by this point, and then It's like, yeah, it's like,
Well, we need to get organised, really, though.
kind of reminds me of like trying to book a hotel a little bit.
Do you want to stay
London.
downstairs if there's a sofa on either side and me and you on a mattress in the middle? What do you think? Should we do that?
It's like, and then yeah, it's like,
Alright. I thought you were going to sleep in the sofa anyway. Why don't we all bed joke downstairs till really late? And then we'll come up
it's like, give me a second, as yeah, it's like,
Yeah?
one pacing kind of involves
Thank you.
kangaroo.
Or I can sleep in the bed with you. So you're going to be watching the... Go on. We're all going to snuggle up on the sofas.
Yeah, like parts of it are drying already, but it's like, yeah, it's still like a long way from actually finishing it. Part of me wishes that the computer would hurry up sometimes. Yeah, it's like, I know with the thingy and all that's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like you would call into question, like call yourself into that question and like letting that happen. It's like, yeah, it's like you do kind of call it, like if you're in a situation like that, it's like, yeah, you probably would call it, question yourself a little bit and like, kind of thing. But it's kind of like nice to see like that Omega's kind of interacting with people with more her own age, kind of thing. Yeah. It's like, it's surprised to say like, yeah, it's like Kanye West came in after Kangaroo. Not that I particularly like the guy, it's like I've only really listened to one song of him.
Pass on. Shoot. Yeah, just put that in the bin, Sarah.
And it was like, it's with like another artist like Katy Perry, like E.T. by Katy Perry and Kanye West, kind of thing. So like, although to be fair, like yeah, it's like I do kind of prefer it, the song with Kanye West in it. It's like, well, it's like other than that, it's like I haven't really heard of him, but yeah. Getting back to, yeah, it's like yeah. Obviously, there's like a little bit of action and all that, as it's like yeah, they're trying to get like Kurt and his family like off Salakamai, knowing that yeah, it's like he is a defector of the clone army. I'm kind of happy with that. But it's like yeah, it's like half the time when I'm doing like this and all, it's like have a vision in your head and it's like just turns out worse than it kind of is, kind of thing.
Amber with Scooby Doo in. Do you fancy it?
It's like no thanks.
Oh,
Can't believe I said no to Scooby Doo as well. Well, yeah, it's like yeah, it's like with this one and all, it's like it just seems to be like going like really quick and all that. It's like compared to like these ones now, it's like a lot of everyone too. It's like they've taken at least a day to paint. It's like this one you see now hasn't been painted yet, as it's like yeah. And which as a student and all, it's like it's good. Camera's like that big, especially like more than one. It's like yeah, what are you doing all that? But yeah, it's like go to the works. No, pretty cheap though. Yeah, it's like and then yeah, it's like with this one, it's like yeah, it's like I kind of knew what I was going into. Yeah, it's like the book with the one thing that how I expect, like when everyone makes a pun, yeah, everything just goes out the roof and like window kind of thing. Just finished going off up here and all that. Yeah, there's a couple of white patches. It's like yeah, it's like whenever you get like a pun in like Star Wars, do expect it to go like horribly wrong. And yeah, it's like
right, Isabel, we're gonna get set up.
with them trying to get like the thingy for like Cort and his family and like Omega to leave him. It's like probably like the hardest decision to make for.
Shut them down at the start. Echo, big one. Oh. What did you?
As good as Echo is, yeah, it's not the best. Like Alexa is not always the best kind of thing. But yeah, it's like
No, like you can turn that one down to 50%. Bedroom light off.
it's like being like a clone deserter and all. It's like seen as like the biggest treachery and all. And it's like even bigger of a problem like when like you're kind of like in Slick's position, like where you're actively kind of betraying them, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, and yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like,
Where are we at? Sarah, are you alright?
like dangerous for him, like wanting to kind of like go into like somewhere preferably sparsely populated and all that. Like, yeah, it's like his situation's probably just as dangerous as like a Jedi's, like Ahsoka's or all that.
Does anyone know where I put my phone? Sarah, is my phone in the bathroom? Is my phone in the bathroom? Oh, do you mind if I come and get it?
Yeah, it's like,
Right.
yeah, so like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like, I know Hunter really wanted to kind of like, I mean, I guess to go with like Cutler Crane and like the family and all that. But it's like thinking that it would be better for her like to have that stable life like far away from the front and all that. It's like, yeah, it's so Megan and all that, they're all like a thing and all that. It's like her idols and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's like, but kind of got the impression like Kurt and like Sula Queen and all that. It's like they do kind of like those parents that kind of just understand like what people are like they're going through kind of thing.
You just got me a couple more minutes, yeah?
But yeah, it's like probably gonna get demonetized for this one, but yeah. Not that I'm gonna actually get anything off like the YouTube channel. It's kind of warm in here, it's like, and yeah, pictures do kind of start coming off when it's getting warm and all that. Which, to be fair, it's like isn't too warm at the moment. So yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like it kind of seem like the parents like they do kind of like there's some trust between like Cutler Queen and like Clone Force 99 kind of thing. And yeah, painting done. Seems a little too quick for it, but yeah, I knew what I was doing. Did some of the like Raspberry Night Bad Batch and all that. It is like when leaving with like the codes and all that. It's like after Echo and Tech accidentally took her with them to get the codes. But yeah, when being told that, it's like, yeah, Omega was a little hurt and all that. I didn't quite want to let go. So I kind of like felt for her a little bit. And then, yeah, it's like yeah, she did eventually go with him, like all like both of them kind of like admitting like they had like things to learn kind of thing along the way. For like the end of the episode and all that. Yeah. Probably helped a little bit in part to get there by cut, as yeah, it's like it was behind his family a little bit. And then, yeah. Well, it's like when it's kind of like almost discovered by like, the clones, it's like I was like missing all beats and all that probably with him. But it's like thankfully there was enough of distraction by like Clone Force 99 that the clones are pulled away. Oops, just everywhere. And yeah, it's like yeah, it's like yeah, it's like done the picture. No, it's not nicest and all. It's like yeah, it's like saw a picture of like the Australian